we were live. And then when Ron asked me where he could find it, it didn't exist. So I'm just going to be a little bit more patient right now and just confirm. Let's see. Well, Facebook looks like it's live. Meeting is now streaming. All right. Excellent. Well, here I am. Good morning, everybody. For those of you that are new, and I do think that we have one person in the room, this is his first time. Welcome. Am I right? Well, this is actually your first time too. Yeah, so 2 new people. Excellent. Up on the screen, you'll see a QR code. If you could all please make sure to scan the QR code. It's just going to ask you for your email address. 1 Million Cups as an organization uses that information just to know how many people are present at each of their chapters. They have not historically emailed any of you, but we have the opportunity to use that list to email you to let you know about who our presenters are. Have we been doing that? We haven't been, right? Yeah, we got to get that back on our list. Just making sure we email you to let you know who the presenters are, and I'll just say where we are presenting, because today after this meeting, I have a meeting with Rome to just discuss our future here. So just be aware that things might change. We'll still keep it in the area, but just be aware. That's all. I'll make announcements each week, let you know if anything changes. But that being said, I want to make sure to thank Rome for letting us use this space. This morning, we're in the garage, which is usually given to us when Inspire is occupied, which essentially means paid for. So it's really awesome that they give us space when we need it. And we do love this space. So very happy that we're in here this morning. They usually come up and do a little intro about who they are and what they are. But since they're not here, I'll just try to do it for them. You are in a co-working space. Rome is a brand that started in Atlanta and has now expanded to Texas. If you're not familiar with the space, someone would love to give you a tour. I personally have a dedicated desk here, and the rest of my team have floating memberships, meaning that they can work in any of the members-only areas. And we all share benefits like meeting room, conference room credits, free drip coffee, things of that nature. But since a lot of you here are not Rome members, the coffee that you're drinking this morning is provided by Cody Media, who is one of Jason Hunter Design's core partners. I don't know why he isn't here, but we miss him. Wish he was here to join us. I think he watches remotely. But anyway, we just want to thank him for that. Jason Hunter Design, my company, obviously has to get thanks because my team works tirelessly to not only find people to present, we need help, and also to promote the event. So all the things you see out on social media, all the videos that you see are scripted by Casey. She sends them over to me and says, hey, I need this back. So I generally walk around my backyard recording what she told me to say. But we do need speakers. So please, if you know anybody who has a business idea that they want to test the waters on, or if they've started their business and just want help promoting it, or they've been in business and are trying to pivot to do something different, we want this to be a space where they feel safe to come and share with their community, which is us. That being said, the first question that I ask the presenters when they finish is, what can we as a community do for you? So tell people, have that in mind when you're asking people to present. There is a process. We're happy to walk them through it. Just let us know if they have any questions or if you have any questions. The one last big announcement that I have is that Startup Fayette, totally separate organization. However, I've always considered 1 Million Cups to sort of be a part of the umbrella that is Startup Fayette. Startup Fayette has a monthly meeting. I call them IRT events. It stands for Insights, Relationships, and Tools. Those are the things that you should expect to leave with. We have actually it's Russ this month, isn't it? Yeah, so social media is going to be the topic this month, and he's a very dynamic instructor. I think you all would really benefit from it. I do still need to secure a location. At the moment, it's going to be at the Chamber of Commerce. But if we can get somewhere cooler than that, we'll let you know. But what I was getting at is that Startup Fayette also hosted its first ever pitch contest back in 2021, right? Yeah, time is flying by. I can't believe it. But 2022 flew by. We did not do one, and we've decided that we absolutely would like to do another one in 2023. And in trying to put together a committee to actually run the event, somebody, Jason Gandy, I think, had the idea that we open it up to the people who come to this event, because a lot of it, like I said, Startup Fate is like the umbrella where 1 million cups should live under. So it feels only fitting that we ask people who are involved in 1 million cups, who come regularly, to be involved on that steering committee. If you're interested in knowing more about how much time would be involved, what your responsibilities would be, just talk to me afterwards, because we'd really love to see some of you get involved in that. And for those of you who would like to present in the pitch contest, there will be an application process that opens soon. The pitch contest will take place in November. I think the date is the 28th, the first Tuesday after Thanksgiving. I think it's the 28th, the last week of November. So I think that's all I've got as far as announcements. Does anybody else want to share anything? Yeah, thanks for that. Awesome. All right. So, yes. So, well, yeah. Basically, we are opening it up to sponsorship so that we can try to get some cash, so that we can turn around and actually hand somebody one of those really big, oversized, obnoxious checks. You know, that would be great. In 2021, we didn't get anybody to donate cash, but all of the we had a lot of sponsors. What was there? 10? There had to be 10 sponsors, and each sponsor donated something that was very valuable. I never actually went back and tallied it, but I would say for first prize, it had to be worth over $25,000. I mean, I know from the piece that Jason Hunter Design, does alone, that value is going to go even higher this year. So there's a lot. Everything from not this space, but co-working space memberships, to Chamber of Commerce memberships, to websites and logos and branding and social media consultations. I mean, the list literally just went on and on and on. It was incredible. So yeah, very valuable opportunity to get in front of people, to be judged, to win, and to have prizes. That's great. Yeah, there's an application process. You'd have to be able to fill out those questions in order to get past that step. I'll put it that way. I'm just trying to think of all 3 people who won last year, first, second, and third prize, were all, well, actually 2 were already existing businesses that had just started up, and the other was an idea. And ironically, the one with the idea is the only one who took advantage of all the prizes and has actually created something from what essentially was nothing. So yeah, cool, awesome. Well, I did ask everybody to please scan the QR code and check in. If you are new, not that you're on camera yet, but could you just please raise your hand, because Amanda has a gift for you that I'd like for you to be able to use during today's presentation. I think by now the rest of you should have been given a notebook and pen. I only see one out on the table. I'm disappointed in that, but that's okay.
Everybody else will not have a notebook. They want one.
Yeah. And then sometimes, there we go, Garrett, I see it. And then sometimes the video gets cut off before we do this, but at the end of the presentation, our guest will be given this very nice tumbler. Fantasia, this is for you. I'll hang on to it until you're done. But all right, so let's kick things over. All right, Fantasia, you may take the stage. Let me just bring up your presentation. Present full screen. But which screen? Where is it? Oh. It's on, I'll tell you in a second. Right now you're on my screen, not this shared screen. I got to figure out how to pull that up there. Hang on one second. Okay. All right. Your presentation is being shared and you should be up in the top right-hand corner for everybody.
Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Jesse. Thank you guys for coming this morning.
Yeah.
So I am the co-founder of this company alongside my husband, who I'll talk more about later. But I'm also the chief visionary officer. And I kind of just found that title. So it's called the CEO. But I basically hold the vision for and it's a pretty role. So Noiresh is a wellness collective. We specialize in creating high quality information in our culture.
Sorry, I'm checking Facebook and I lost the cursor.
So a little bit about how we in 2021, my husband and I were talking as we always do. So we had been coaching clients with a previous company called Building Generational Health. And we found that in the space that we were working, a lot of the we learned over time came from really cool experts. They didn't really look like us. And for us, we found that there were several things that are important to do. Coming back to the information.
Oh, that already great.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
Sorry, I forgot.
It's okay. So coming back to the information being accessible and us providing the education for them, we wanted to make sure that we provided a space for people who look like us to reach other people who look like us. So the Black community was really, really, really impacted by COVID-19. We all know this. So our company was kind of birthed in the middle of that. And that's where, so our name is actually a play on words of Noiresh, meaning representing health, and then Noir, meaning Black. So we just put those two things together. And I pray that people actually say it correctly. I don't know. We might have to.
How do you say it?
You say it Noiresh. That's how I say it. Some people, I think you say it Noiresh. What did you say?
I thought it was Noiresh.
Okay, Noiresh. Right. I like that. So I think that's a middle ground. Noiresh. So when we come back to feedback, we can come back to that part. So next, please. All right, so here's what we do. We put a magnifying glass on people that are passionate about health and making dope content. So we call those people our Noiresh creators. We accomplish this by creating entertaining, scientifically backed information, and we produce paid courses, podcasts, original shows, and other educational information. All right, so our Noiresh creators are basically, they're us right now. We're started with us, is low hanging fruit for us. We were already passionate about the health and wellness space, and we generally show up on digital platforms. So Austin is Metabolism Mentor. He created his brand to inspire people to take action with their health, but also to take a deeper look into how their bodies actually work from an energy standpoint, AKA your metabolism. So I am passionate about women's health, and just from going through my own personal health journey and struggles, I've learned that women really need to be inspired as well as educated, but the inspiration piece is very important for us. So we're also seeking other creators in those spaces, brain health, mental health, maternal health, plant medicine. I mean, the list kind of goes on and on. But I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that later. All right, so here's how we make money, or how we've made money. We're open to other ways as well. We have B2B media, which stands for business to business media, where we partner with companies in the functional nutrition space primarily, but also just in the health and wellness space in general. So we create really cool content for them that entertain and educate their audience. and this is client-owned media. So this is us showing our faces but representing their brand on their social media or their website. Last year, we actually had a partnership with the company where Austin and I created about 50 educational videos for them that are housed on their blog. So we were able to distill and condense some of their really hard to understand information and just put our faces on it and provide a summary. So next, we create digital products. So we offer courses, but they're not just your average courses. These courses include skits, music, and really entertaining ways to engage our audience. And then next, we have brand collabs where we produce shows, podcasts, and web series with brands who want to inspire their audience and so that they can begin taking steps to prioritize their health. So that's how we've made money in the past over the last 2 years. And I told you I was going to brag about him a little bit more later, but Austin is our premier creator. He's really taken his brand and has done some really phenomenal things with it. And it's been really, really cool to watch over the last 2 years. So his mission, again, is to create content that makes metabolism easy to digest. And in the 1 year that his brand was started, he landed the 6-figure content deal with the health tech company Levels. He's appeared on several podcasts. He's produced a digital course about glucose. And we have launched a podcast called the Culture of Health Podcast, where we were able to garner roughly about $20,000 in sponsorships from that podcast, with it being its first time. And he's a frequently sought after voice in the health and wellness space. And again, our mission is to educate and entertain and to really make an impact. And so we know that people generally aren't fully educated if they're not interested in the information. So our primary goal is to make it interesting. And we do this so that we can reduce the prevalence of disease within our community. So our content is not just for Black people, but we have a passion to amplify Black voices in health. So it's really to bring other Black experts together to provide this information. All right, so Nourish is it's like a 10-year project. So we are about 4 years into this, and I'm breaking it down into phases. So phase 1, we've got a lot under our belt so far, but our next project is a family lifestyle show. So with everything changing within the entertainment industry, with the writer strike, with the actor strike, there's going to still be a need for people to be entertained. We've always been told that our family is very charismatic, that we're transparent, that our kids are funny. We have 4 of them. They're all featured here. This is a magazine that we were featured in 2021. It's Good Grade Magazine. We were featured on the cover, and inside, I'm going to pass this around. Excuse me, it's very worn. Our children have shown it a bunch of times. But this article in the write-up, it tells more about our company and why we do what we do to impact the Black community. So I will just pass that around. But our family lifestyle show will cover these categories. So like exercise, nutrition, entrepreneurship, and a whole lot more, just really to show family life up close and personal. And our distribution methods are going to be Instagram and Facebook. So we plan to kind of drip content there to provide clips. But then we're going to move over to Patreon. If you haven't heard of Patreon, it's a platform where you're able to garner support for your cause. So there are like organizations, there are nonprofits, there are for-profit organizations that use Patreon to receive subscriptions. So we would set an amount that, we want people to subscribe for, whether it be I think we're going to set something kind of minimal, and then maybe work our way up from there. But it'll start probably like $5 a month. You can subscribe to get our content. And it won't just be like entertaining. I feel like whatever is popular, we generally like move away from a little bit, which sometimes can be a detriment to us. But we really want to do things that that really impact people, and it's not just for entertainment's sake. So that's where we provide like the education behind it. Okay. So our possible show name is For the Love of Health, and so it'll be our family's journey of love, health, and happiness. These are our 4 children here, and we will make sure that they are very well compensated for their time in their production. So phase 2 of our of our plan is to really focus on our Nourish Creator program. So we started that with the two of us. Ideally, we would love to have a pool of money to be able to invest in other creators as we did ourselves. So where we can provide the creation of a podcast, of a show for them, some brand collaboration. But again, we really need money to do that. I think we've invested probably, I don't know what, like $30,000 into ourselves in creating Austin's course and, you know, a few of the other things. It's a really good investment. But some of the categories that will be represented are listed there. And about that. And then phase two continue. These are some of the specific ways that we will engage the creators. So Nourishing Creator product is so the creation of those materials that we said before, but we will actually market it. And then there's the brand creator integration where we'll establish relationships with other companies, and we will use those creators to provide the diversity for them. And then lastly, Nourish will receive a % of the revenue. So as we create these programs, these products for the creators, we'll actually take a percentage of, you know, all of their sales. And then lastly, phase three is the app. And we kind of started, honestly, we started with this, we started kind of with the end in mind. So for me, it's like, oh, we should create this really cool app and we should have all these things. But then it's like, okay, well, what's featured in the app? Who's featured in the app? And so our end goal is really to be like Masterclass for Health. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Masterclass and the way that they engage experts in the field, and then they take it and they create really high quality courses for you to learn, you know, just about anything. And so we will be entering the ed tech space. We will offer high quality courses from industry experts, and we will offer memberships via subscription. So that's our long-term plan. Again, it'll take a lot of, you know, capital to make that happen, but I think that is possible. Masterclass. So Masterclass is its own company. So if you Google Masterclass now, you would see, I don't know, famous people teaching you everything from, you know, culinary information to tennis with Serena Williams. And it's really cool. They offer subscriptions. I believe it's like $100 a year, but you get access to all of those courses. So I was saying that our app would be like Masterclass, but for health. Mm-hmm. Patreon is a platform that I mentioned where you can sign up to receive like support via subscriptions. I believe you can do donations as well, but you kind of set what you want your perks to be. Generally, if you are a patron of someone, then you receive special perks. Patreon. You're welcome. All right, and so this is the end. This is how you can contact us. We are on Instagram. We primarily use that. We respond to our direct messages. We have our website, it's Noiresh.com, and we're constantly innovating and you know, redesigning that. So here's the part where I ask you for help and offer any feedback. So I open up to questions from you guys, and we welcome any feedback that you have. I think one thing that I would like to know is, would you be interested in the type of content that I was talking about from the family side? And or what would you be willing, like what is a price point that you feel like you would pay for that?
So
yeah.
Just so I can do what I'm supposed to do.
Okay.
Fantastic presentation.
Thank you.
So,
Yeah.
for what it's worth, if we were in Inspire, we would have had to clap quietly. But now that they put us up here in the big room in the front, we can make some noise. So well-deserved claps. That was a great presentation. I love that you're a part of this community, and I love seeing you here around Rome. And I am so glad that you finally applied to present.
I know.
So I am supposed to ask you, what can we as a community do for you? So feel free to ask those questions again. If you have any more directives that you could give us to go out and help spread the word.
Yeah.
If you are, so I will say this much, we as 1 Million Cups are not supposed to we're not supposed to have presenters come in here to pitch asking for money.
Right.
But if that's where you are in your business and you're looking to raise funds, you deserve to say that. And if
Okay.
we know anybody that might be interested in joining you on this venture, then we
Right.
talk about it after.
Okay.
So with that being said, what can we as a community do for you?
I think number one is to support us. Keep us in mind if you come across anyone who's in the production space, specifically health. That would be a bonus. But we're open to collaborate with honestly with anyone. So number one is support. Number two is take care of yourselves and your bodies. You know, that's always helpful for us to be on this journey together. And yeah, I think I really have those two. And going back to the investor piece, if you know of some investors and you know we kind of have missions that are aligned, we would love to connect.
Opening up to everyone in the audience, the worst chair in the room, I think. Happy that I have it, not any of you. This is the microphone, so I'd like to have this be passed around so that the recording.
All right. So you said your main channels are Instagram and Facebook.
Mhm.
How do you bring in customers from there? You all just do a lot of content? Do y'all run ads? So what's your strategy for Instagram and Facebook?
So right now, so not necessarily Facebook, we just are on there personally. But in the future we will use that as well. But primarily Instagram. It's Instagram. And we actually haven't even started running ads yet. So that's a really big segment that we need to take advantage of. But it's been like our personal networks from Austin being like speaking and being on other people's podcasts has really grown our network. So yeah, Instagram over the last 2 years has really been pivotal for us.
Okay. So
Yeah.
that was my second question. You kind of just answered it, I guess. So y'all got a brand deal after 1 year for 6 figures. So I'm
Yeah.
guessing it didn't come from the Instagram because you said you just got started on that. So it's from podcasting, I guess.
It did. It came from Instagram. And
Okay.
so it came from Austin pitching a company that he wanted to work with. It's a glucose monitoring company. Do you have your patch on? Okay. So it's not just for diabetics. We really like to encourage people to look at it from a preventive standpoint. So he kind of got into the biohacking space. So there are a lot of people who are interested in monitoring their blood sugar. And he said, oh, this is a really cool company. I would love to, you know, like work with you guys. They ignored him at first. And then he came back and he created a really cool video where he drank like 8 shots of Casamigos to see how that, and that's tequila, by the way, to see how it would impact his blood sugar. So we created that video. He featured me in it, and it was really high quality. He came back and he sent that to them, and they said, "Oh, okay, tell us more. What are you doing? How can you help us? How can we help you?" That's how that brand deal came about, and it was really cool. So it went from that one video to him being featured on their podcast, hosting some of their podcasts for them, to us creating those blog videos that I was talking about. So,
Those blog videos are on.
they are on Levels, Levels Health, is levelshealth.com?
Yeah, level.
Okay, so they're on Levels YouTube and they're on Levels blog.
So was it 8 shots of tequila in a row, or was it spread out across some time? Because I want to see this again if you
Right.
do that on after
I
the
can
other.
send you the YouTube video. It was in a row, it was consecutive because he really wanted to feel the impact of it to see what it would do.
Mhm.
So alcohol really, I think it's different for everybody, but it lowers your blood sugar, correct?
Yeah.
Because your liver is focused on getting the alcohol out of the system. And so, yeah,
Gotcha.
but we don't recommend doing that.
Kids don't try this.
No, don't try that. No, not at all.
So it sounds like you guys have kind of like mastered the short form video content. Have you guys expanded into like YouTube Reels or TikTok yet? And
We-
if so, what does that look like?
So YouTube, we record. So in addition to the audio version of our podcast, we record the episodes and we put that on YouTube. A lot of our listeners, or I guess supporters, listen to the podcast versus watching those videos. But if we invest in paid ads, then we could probably get those numbers up. And then what was the other question? So short form, yes, we've done that, but we have a ways to go. I mean, we have a lot of opportunity in the longer form content and really using YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. And TikTok, we are not on TikTok. TikTok makes me dizzy. I don't know. It's
Really?
a lot of distractions,
Do you
but I
guys-
know that it is I know that it's useful, and some of the brands that he's worked with actually they put his videos that they pay him for on TikTok and Instagram.
And then have you guys thought about, it sounds like you guys kind of do like, or the podcast is together, but do you guys do any kind of like just couples content? Because I know that on TikTok, there is it's an interesting like demographic
Yeah.
of people, but there's some kind of allure of like just a couple incorporating their passion into their lifestyle
Yeah.
and then seeing that in what they're doing. And I've seen couple TikTokers is like a huge
It's a
thing.
thing.
And I
Yeah.
think you'll have the potential for that. So
Yeah.
that's why I asked about TikTok, because
Okay.
that could be an avenue that people really resonate with.
Yeah. Thank you.
In addition
Uh-huh.
to what he's saying, we were just talking about this. So I have a big board
Oh.
job, but I do story consulting on the side, like how to tell story.
Okay.
Well, we would put a video on YouTube Shorts.
Yep.
At the exact same time, we put that same video on TikTok.
Okay.
Same video
Yeah.
at the same time. By the end of the day, I would have 45 views on the YouTube Short and 760 views on TikTok.
Mhm.
And it's crazy.
It is.
You
Yeah.
just never know
Yeah.
which one's going to catch.
Right. Yeah. So we really do need to invest in those spaces. When I say invest, I mean just primarily show up
Yeah.
in those spaces simultaneously. So we have put Austin's used YouTube Shorts, and some of our videos have garnered a lot of attention from that. But thank you for that. It's confirmation in a sense, and we get this all the time. People are like, "Oh, you guys are, you're so great and awesome," and not to like brag about us or anything like that, but it's just like show us more and like consistently. But I don't know, life happens and it gets hard, and we don't want to like fully put our kids out there, although they're totally welcome for it, especially if they're going to make money. So yes, that's confirmation. So Austin, let's get on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my name is Patrick, and I have a few questions. I mean, first of all, I am my wife and I, we are business partners,
Okay.
so we definitely identify with you all there. And having two kids, 5 and 1 year old, and you have 4 of them, and they look at like they're close in age, right? So one of my questions would be like, how do you manage all of this, wellness and kids and family?
Yeah.
That's one of my questions.
Okay. You want me to answer that one first?
Yeah, that's
Okay. So we don't really have balance. It's like if you heard of the phrase like spinning plates, or we just do it all at once. We incorporate, like, health is at the foundation for everything for us. And so then it just makes it easy to incorporate that in our life. So we spend a lot of time with our kids and with each other. And we just try to show what real life looks like in the work that we do. So it makes it a little bit easier to do. But it's crazy. I mean, it is. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. It is. It's crazy. Our kids, we boiled some eggs before we left, and we told them we'll be right back. Hopefully nobody hears that. Doesn't need to, but we live really close. So as they get older, it's getting a lot easier to do that. So.
Okay. So I'm guessing, so you and I here in the room.
Mhm.
And my other questions would be if you could, one, go back through the slide, just kind of one by one.
Okay.
And so I'm big on goal setting and trajectory and planning. And I think one of the things that's missing here and that could help you guys is to share with us so you share the phase,
hmm
right? Do we have a target date, amount of money, a number of signups? Just gonna share with us.
Yeah.
And target date, if it's a revenue level, say, okay, this is what will take us to the next level, or
Right.
number of signups. So
Yeah.
just kind of give us an idea. And then the last part would be just kind of tell us what are some of the other ways we can share. Because, for example, I see you putting that out there when you get a TV show. I mean, Tree Leaf Studios is here,
Yep.
right? I would suggest it can be tricky, try to get with Tyler Perry,
Yeah.
since I'm guessing the graphic is for the black couples, right?
Mhm.
So try to get it with Tyler Perry, exactly what your husband did. Pitch it, that
Mhm.
whole Will Smith, the guy, they did that whole Bel Air stuff.
Yeah.
They went out and actually did a pilot,
Okay.
sent to Will Smith. You can actually send to Will Smith as well,
Yeah.
So an idea,
I'm
an
here for
idea
that.
like that, do a quick pilot and get it out there to
Right.
them. And there's a lot of support for the black community. So that would be
Yeah.
my suggestion,
Right.
because that video, it's like it says that you're serious.
Yeah.
That's why it says that we're ready, we're
Right.
serious, and you just shop it around.
Okay.
Do a little 5 minutes, you guys
Yeah.
look like you're good in production,
Right.
and I think that would help as well.
Okay. You got that? Supposed to be my note taker.
Right.
No, seriously, thank you. Yes, going back to the revenue goals, specific, ideas, specific metrics like target dates and all that. I have it written down in a notebook. We just need to, kind of review it a little bit more. But I love the pilot episode idea, the pilot show idea. I'm ready for that now. So we were like, okay, how can we start? Like, what's low hanging fruit for us? So Patreon was that. And then I think we're going to take that and kind of put it together. But I would love for a network to pick it up and take us to the next level while keeping our sense of family and transparency. We don't want a reality show. It's like we want to still maintain control.
Right. And I said, it's like there's so yeah, that would be the idea, right? And you share it in as many mediums as possible, right? So, you can, and two persons that came to mind as you're saying that is the one that created Abbott Elementary, right? Google her podcast and you'll reach out to people like that because that's what they did and they got their start.
Okay.
And the one that have the show on, it's very witty. It's a web show and she's on Showtime, I believe.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, Insecure.
It's trying not to watch too much stuff. But but the way I got to find out about them is by listening to podcasts, and that's kind of like what they did.
Right.
Got their pilot out there.
Yeah.
And get it to as many mediums as possible. From the crowdsourcing and same thing it'd be a TikTok. And somebody will from Oprah to Will Smith to Tyler Perry to, even someone like the slutty vegan person. Like, so when you reach out to people as that what's her name, Keisha, that's her name, the girl that's the one that said slutty vegan, she's here. Pinky, cool, right? So when you reach out to them and you share your stuff, they might not necessarily take it on, but they know someone. You get it? So but the fact that you put it out there, that means you're ready. And I think you're really not. But you definitely want to have the time frame by that date. Okay. You wrote it down. You may want to share it publicly as well. We want to get this done by that date, and this is what we're looking for.
Right.
You're very specific. Say by summer 2024.
Yeah.
Right. This is what we're going to do. This. We need your help.
Right.
And that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Patrick. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Hey, so I'm Lee. I'm in the nonprofit world and I'm fairly new to the nonprofit world.
Okay.
So I wanted to compliment you and your presentation because I felt like you are very bold and you have a lot of tact asking for investors and money. And that's a really difficult thing to do. You do it beautifully.
Thank you.
So you need to teach me sometime.
Okay.
And then the other thing I've been obsessed with lately, so I was hanging on your every word over here. I am trying to market my company better and have more people know about Southside Support, just like you're marketing your company. And I have been using Facebook. And then I realized, a lot of people aren't on Facebook. And so I just got into Instagram, which scares me because I'm old and I'm not an Instagram person. So I'm doing Instagram now. I did have a consultant, and now you've got me wanting to do TikTok, which scares me to death because I'm like, I don't want to do it. I'm under the impression it's going to go away, but it sounds like it's not. But I had a business consultant say to me, and I wanted to get your feedback from people who know this whole marketing stuff. But I had a business consultant say to me, if you want serious corporate investors, you have to get on LinkedIn. Does anybody feel that way? Because what this person said to me was, when a CEO or a company director is going, okay, are these guys serious? Do they have a good business? I'm told they go to LinkedIn. So now I'm dealing with LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yeah, you're on the right track. I think,
Here, I'll pass this over here.
Quickly growing market.
Right.
We're personally doing more research into because you kind of like think of every social channel kind of has its own like personality and persona of you talk about as quote not as many people on Facebook. It's actually one of the biggest platforms. It's just your demographic shift in age is just a little bit different. Twitter is loud. YouTube is someone wants to sit down for 30 minutes and they have the time to commit to a video.
Right.
LinkedIn is the like, when you think of LinkedIn, you think of businesses. That's
Yeah.
just like your immediate thought. So with being a B2B media, as y'all's specialty, then that could also be
Exactly.
taking that brand and pushing it on
Right.
LinkedIn. So that's what we're experimenting on
Yeah.
our side, but might be something to consider as well.
Yeah.
So scary, one person get rid of all of these platforms.
Yeah, it is. It takes a team. That's why it takes time and it takes a team and giving yourself grace because it doesn't all happen at one time. And yeah, sometimes I get frustrated and he's like, okay, we're on the right track, but yeah.
I think, like outsourcing to agencies that specialize in those fields, even just like getting advice,
Yeah.
maybe not even hiring them, but just getting advice and seeing how that can work. Because
Right.
I think just the organic side of things, posting on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn is great. Like making sure your accounts are being actively published on, but also
Right.
like the paid side and getting in front of people who don't follow you,
Exactly.
don't like your page.
Yep.
That's equally, if not more important,
Right.
because you need to be in front of people who don't know about you guys yet.
Yeah.
And the only real way to do that is paying,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I know. It is, yeah.
So,
You do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Paying for digital ads basically way cheaper than billboards.
Yeah.
Or any of the newspaper ads, the old traditional,
Right.
Like any of the old traditional ways of advertising.
Yeah.
I think you have a tremendous opportunity. This show sounds incredibly
Thank
interesting.
you.
Your kids are beautiful. You two
you.
are beautiful. There's and I love, I can't think of anything that exists where health is at the core of it all.
Yeah.
And you brushed it off a second ago, but you joked saying that you left your kids at home boiling eggs and said, I'd be right back. But
Yeah.
like the fact that you boil eggs as a family,
Yeah.
right?
They're gonna hate
I'm just saying, like, that's important. It's
right there. He ate his eggs on the way over.
it's important. I think
yeah.
it's important. The kids need to learn how and why it's important to eat a boiled egg and not a box of sugary cereal, or
we
right?
don't.
Right. I just think it's incredible. I think that more people need to have eyes on other people who are doing it,
Yeah.
and they'll follow along.
Yeah.
Patrick asked the question about like, how do you do it? Like 4 kids and trying to
Yeah.
build this business. And your answer was eloquent. Like we just do it, but
Yeah.
you do it in a way that there's a structure and a framework. You're not just doing it. You're following a structure. The structure is that health is at the core, right?
is,
So like
yeah.
if everything you do from meal planning to activities is based around health,
Yeah.
you don't even have to think about what you're going to eat or where
Yeah.
you're going to go, because 90% of the options are now not
Yeah.
an option.
Right.
I think it's great. And I would absolutely watch that
Yeah.
content.
Thank you.
I know the kind of person that I am and how I consume information. I probably wouldn't pay to subscribe to get it.
Yeah.
There's already like one of the things that I get in my inbox. I don't know if it's daily or weekly, but it's called Fatherly.
Okay.
Probably Instagram ad that I clicked on, and
Yeah.
it was like advice on how to be a good dad or
Yeah.
do things that will be memorable to your kids. And
Yeah.
I love getting the little tidbits of information, but I don't subscribe
Right.
because I know I won't take advantage of
Yeah.
it. I did Noom for a year,
Okay.
felt great, lost a lot of weight,
Yeah.
stopped paying for it,
Yeah.
went back on it when they offered me a good discount,
Right.
stopped using it.
Yeah.
Right. So
get
like I just know how I am
Right.
and how I consume
That sounds
content, and
nice.
I probably wouldn't pay, but I don't think that's your big ticket.
Yeah.
I think this show and what it could potentially lead to is even bigger.
Yeah.
And the app would be a perfect supplement to the
Right.
show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just think that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
But I'll just, one more thing. I think TikTok, whether it's going away or not, it's here now.
Mhm.
Jump in and use it. And that goes to both of you.
Yeah.
Use it for what it is. And it's a powerhouse. And,
Yeah.
you know, you said before, people who are going to invest 30 minutes of their time to sit down at YouTube and watch something, it's a different kind of education.
Right.
I don't even know. TikTok's length now is grown. You
Yeah.
can put on longer form content,
Right.
but that's not what people are on there for. So just to take one lesson and break it up into 10 different pieces and
Right.
just let people then follow you and go to your page to watch all the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that you need to be doing.
Okay. Note taken. Got it.
I know my wife follows families that travel all over the world,
Yeah.
like just watching
Just watching
them
them. I know.
do these activities and
Yeah.
things. And like, she's never come back to me and be like, oh, I want to go here now because I saw that they
Yeah.
did. She just loves
Just like,
living vicariously
Right.
through other people. But
yeah.
that little bit of inspiration goes a long way. And you used
Yeah.
that word before, like as a woman, as a man, like
Yeah.
I feel inspired when I see other people doing something that
Right.
that feels attainable
Mhm.
to me. If I could just know how they got there.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
In the, I guess on the topic of a content machine,
Okay.
you guys, it sounds like already make a longer style, like we call it more than 5 minutes
Mhm.
style video content. It's really easy, and you guys, it sounds like you already do that with the podcast.
Mhm.
Of just take the big chunk you've already got,
Yeah.
and make 8 slices out of it, like
Right.
a pizza, and then post the fun highlights of that
Yeah.
that you can slap on TikTok. And
Right.
it doesn't even have to be pretty. If it's already like a fun
Yeah.
little shtick or makes you laugh or something that,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
then
That's good to know.
so
More
instead of like
organic.
feeling like you have to make 1,000 pieces of little
Right,
content,
just
make
chop
the
it
big
up.
stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's just a flow thing so that you don't feel like you're just drowning in making content because it can be a task.
It can
So,
be. It's a
yeah.
lot.
Well, I work for Jason. Yeah.
So basically hire
Yeah.
Jason. and his
Yeah.
team.
The funnel is-
This,
Yeah.
but he and his brother though, they know it. They
Me-
got something going, but he knows what he's talking about.
Him and his brother have another company that's AI focused, and a lot of it is marketing related. So it was a great hire on my part because of all the knowledge that he's just dropped on you, we get
Right.
that in all of our sales meetings.
Yeah. That is cool. Thank you guys for sharing. This is awesome.
Do you want to say
Appreciate it.
anything? I feel like I saw your
Thank
hand
you.
kind of going up. No? Anybody else? Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you pay him $100 a day for filming it. And then $50 to edit it. And then you guys be the senior editors, you approve it.
Yeah.
You pay them that much. And then you find a company that will let you use a commercial, and you
Right.
stick that commercial in the very center of the video.
Yeah.
And you get your sponsorship money that way.
Right.
Think about that because
Yeah.
I've seen this work in Noonan
Okay.
for us.
Okay.
And so it's just something to think about to
Yeah.
help with the overall think tank.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Text Camden.
Yeah, the last pitch suggestion idea I would have is to try to get in as many pitch competitions as possible, right? So anywhere someone is like saddle fired, right?
Yeah.
Any pitch competition that's going on,
Okay.
target them. And if you don't, Atlanta is really, I want to say, on the top 5 tech places, right? So to reach out to them, like track down anyone that happen locally, so you don't have to pay flying, right? And to do as much pitch as possible.
Okay.
Try to get on Shark Tank. Try to get on. There's a Shark Tank competitor I came across by looking at free Samsung TV.
Okay.
I think they do it with Sprint. Anybody doesn't know that show?
Okay.
Sprint, I think, is a sponsor. It's like a Shark Tank. The celebrities out there are not that known,
Okay.
right? So I just Google Sprint business
Start thing.
Shark Tank
Okay.
or Shark Tank competitor. I don't remember the name of it,
Okay.
but they, it's elevator, something to do with elevator.
Okay.
I think that's the
Okay.
name.
Sprint.
The elevator.
Shark
What's the
Tank
name of it?
elevator.
Something, but yeah, but they're like a Shark Tank, right? So that means it might be easier to get on them. But the
Right.
point is that it's eyeballs, right? So as much
Yeah.
eyeballs, as you can get.
Okay.
But always be ready to say, this is my offer, is what I'm looking for. Let it
Right.
be concrete if it's that's where, even run a crowdsourcing campaign as well,
Yeah.
right? Just to, say this is how much you're looking for, right? And do that in conjunction to it. But as much because you said you started writing, right? When you're going, you have to be concrete. This is what we were looking for. This is what we want to start.
Mhm.
And this is how you can help us.
Yeah.
Always have that ready to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a quickie.
Yeah.
You know what would have improved this presentation for me if you get the opportunity to do it again? I would have liked to have seen one of your short videos.
Yeah.
Just to really understand. So if you'd started with this is one, I don't
Right.
know how short your videos are, but
Yeah.
if you gave us a little snippet of
Yeah.
that,
I didn't want to give Austin more work to do. before.
Oh, what a good wife. He was busy boiling eggs.
Seriously. We do. But it's like, okay, well, how do we tell the whole story in one? So, but yes, thank you for that feedback. I'll definitely make sure next time we incorporate that because that's at the heart of what we do. Sometimes that's how my brain works. It's like, okay, he's like, we have tons of videos. I'm like, well, which video do I show? Or how do I tell the story of, you know? Okay.
Yeah, 8 shots of tequila. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming today. We will be back here next Wednesday. I have my meeting. I'll let you know how that goes. I hope to be back here every Wednesday thereafter. But thank you again for
you.
coming and sharing this with us. Wish you the best of luck. Give one more round of applause.
Thank you guys.
And we'll see everybody next week.
Appreciate it.